Hey, welcome to another video on TeacherTuber. This video is about an educator that inspired me to take up education as a career. His name's Dennis Littky. So a little bit about him before we jump into this video. That's a photo and his LinkedIn profile. Again, LinkedIn is a great resource to learn about people and their journey from a chronological perspective. So Dennis Littky is an internationally celebrated education innovator and student-centered learning systems builder with more than half a century of applied expertise. So he's worked on several projects like the Med School, Big Picture Learning, and College Unbound. So a little bit about his background. He got a PhD in psychology from the University of Michigan in 1970. He then worked as a principal at the Thayer Junior Senior High School in Winchester, New Hampshire for about 12 years, from 1981 to 1994. Post that, he founded Big Picture Learning, through which he founded a school called the Med School. Now, the focus in the Med School is largely project based. Students do real world internships and projects that help them understand their pathway in the long run. And I think that's what differentiates the model in general. And they've got a lot of funding from organizations like the Gates Foundation and other bodies to continue this work. So he also started College Unbound, that gives students opportunities to work in their communities and really develop skills. So let's learn a little bit about his background now. Or okay, so Dennis Littky on real world learning. He's the co-founder and co-director of the Big Picture company, the Med School and College Unbound. He's a former school principal. His work on real-world learning and internships has really helped shape my thinking on learning. So what does he really say about learning? So according to him, he believes that traditional schooling often fails to engage students because it is too rigid and disconnected from real-world experiences. Education should be customized to fit each student's unique passions, goals, and learning styles. Relationships matter, and more importantly, real world connections, internships, community projects, hands on experiences. These are things where students get to see the practical applications of their education. I think these are extremely important. Students should take ownership of their learning, and he encourages self directed learning. Education should address the whole child, including their social, emotional, and intellectual growth. So it centers on creating a personalized, student centered educational experience. So, as you can see here, students spend a significant amount of time in the real world working, doing internships with local businesses, nonprofits, and professionals. A student interested in healthcare might intern at a hospital, while another passionate about art might work at a local gallery. So it's really embedded in the local community in a lot of ways. And I think there's an advisor or a mentor who guides the students academically and helps them understand what their path is. And I think the larger perspective is to give the student a glimpse of what this job would look like in the real world before they actually decide to specialize and acquire knowledge in it when they're in university, if they do want to go down that path. So it's about learning in the real world by building meaningful relationships. I think it would be hard to implement this at scale, but if you can do this effectively, I think it's a very powerful, effective method to expose children to a particular field based on their interests, passions, and long term curiosity. That's the end of this video. Thank you for listening, and until next time, keep learning.